I'm just going to read straight from a tweet that's just come from Tommy's admin. An update on Tommy's situation. HMP Woodhill continues to refuse Tommy access to the canteen. He's unable to stock up on tin foods so he can actually eat. So at the minute, Tommy is not getting food at all. It's not that he's refusing food. He cannot eat food from the kitchen because if it's prepared by people who ideologically want him dead, it's not safe for him to eat anything. And they can't guarantee his safety. That's why he's eating tin food. That's why he's eating tin tuna, tin mackerel, maybe it's a bit of tin fruit. The post goes on. They are forcing Tommy into starvation. Tomorrow's visits have been cancelled. So he's no visits, he's no food, even though the prison governor assured Tommy the visitation would go ahead on Friday. Tommy is only found out through a call to a family member who spoke to him on the phone. The visitation was planned 2 weeks ago. An email was sent to a family member at 1:30 confirming the cancellation of the visit. HMP Woodhill are acting despicably, spitefully, with no care and consideration for the fact that they continue to abuse Tommy's human rights. And I would argue in an attempt to break him mentally. That's what this is about. This is about torture. If you're denying someone visits, you're denying someone food, they're in solitary confinement 23 hours a day. They know, there are people in government that know that Tommy is at the most difficult part of his sentence. Is he just over halfway? I'm not sure. But he's if you've ever done any long distance running, the hardest bit is just over halfway when you've got about 3/4 of the race to go, believe it or not. Well, that's what I always found anyway. Not that, as you can see, I'm not exactly built for long distance running anymore. The post goes on, we'll be speaking to Tommy's legal team tomorrow and come back with further updates. Now, I think it's quite obvious what's happening here. And I want to call on the prison governor, Nicola, whatever her name is. Now, I believe, I've been told that she's meant to be a Christian. Now, if you're a believer watching this video, right, and listen, none of us are perfect, we all make mistakes, but what Christian believer would torture one of the inmates of their prison? I mean, this is, if she is a Christian, she uses pronouns, so there's something not right there anyway, because when I got an email from her, it was he, her, she, he, or whatever the heck they call themselves, all that pronoun nonsense. But what Christian believer would torture an individual under their care? No food, no visits, unable to talk to his family properly, 21 hours a day in lockup, 3 hours a day of exercise. And obviously, if you're not nourished properly, you can't exercise properly. Without proper protein, without proper vitamins and a proper diet, you can't exercise properly. Something has to give here. They are trying to break Tommy. Now, Tommy's strong. He is resilient. And he is not going to give up. But this is the problem. Without proper nourishment, without proper exercise, without proper social interaction, he is in danger. And there's a woman who's a mental health practitioner. I've passed on her name and a phone number to Tommy's team, so it's obviously in their hands whether they deal with this lady. But she's saying that the reality is he is in danger of very, very serious psychological harm. Something has to stop. Something has to give. And what you've got to do, what we've all got to do, send this stuff to your MPs. Retweet this stuff to your MPs so that your MPs can actually see what's going on and what's happening with Tommy. Because it is not acceptable. And it's not okay to do what they're doing to this man. So that's the latest update, guys. Big worry. It's completely evil what they're doing to him. And now I've been distracted by other nonsense, but these are the most important stories. These are the most important stories. We need to get Tommy out of that hellhole prison where he's stuck there on his own, and now they're even taking away his visits. When I went to see him in December, he was great until the moment that he knew he was going back on the wing. And there was a flicker, you could see it, something flicked in his eyes. And it was a, how can I describe, and other people I've spoken to have seen it's like a loneliness, like a deep loneliness. We need to pray for Tommy. We need to write to our MPs, and we need, as a group, to decide on a course of action. And again, you know, I'm speaking to Tommy's right-hand man, and you know, whatever course of action that they decide, that he decides is the correct course of action, obviously with the legal team as well, I will get behind that 100%, and I'll promote it, and I'll do videos promoting it, because something needs to be done, and it needs to be done very, very quickly. Let's stand with Tommy. It's time to stand up for Tommy. See you soon.